Welcome to Holy Island! And today spawning in the southwest corner of the map in red, we've got Marinelord representing Izzy Esports playing as the Holy Roman Empire, and his opponent today in the northeast, in blue, we've got representing Team Liquid, Demu playing as the Chinese. Welcome everyone to this Age of Empires forecasted game, which is part of the Call to Arms tournament hosted by egctv, a fantastic organization giving us Age of Empires esports so frequently with some fantastic tournaments. So big shout out to them. Super excited to cast this one on Holy Island. Now, two interesting civilizations, two very strong civilizations on this map. Has to be said, the Holy Roman Empire Chinese, great on hybrid maps just like this. The Holy Roman Empire, played by Marinelord today, has the prelate increasing the gather speed by 40%. Means that wood comes in really quickly for this civilization. The Chinese, their kind of eco bonus comes in a little bit later with the Imperial Official, which will actually be supervising the lumber camp later on and, you know, bringing in extra wood. But the good thing for the Chinese in the early game is that it does usually mean that they get their dock up earlier because of the villagers. They build faster. Not only that, the fishing ships, they train faster. It takes only 20 seconds for these guys to come out. And if you compare that to the Holy Roman Empire, well, it's 25 seconds for them. So it's really interesting dynamic in terms of the two civilizations. Both are very strong on water. There's no doubt about that. And I mean, there's something to think about as well on this map in terms of the dynamics of civilization, like villager production. In the early game, it's obviously very similar, but the Chinese can often go for a Song dynasty, which increases the villager production speed of their town centers. But there is a window, there's a world of an opportunity for the Holy Roman Empire. If they do get to that Imperial Age with the Palace of Swabia, they can really pump out villagers very fast. But obviously, we're very far away from that sort of situation. We do see the straggly trees almost all taken there for the Chinese, and I suspect Demu will be investing in a lumber camp very soon. And yeah, this is the timing that you get the Imperial Official. So following the pretty standard build order at the moment, 3 fishing ships are out. Now, something important to think about is how far away is that fishing economy away from the actual dock, like travel distance time. I mean, that's quite a decent dock position actually for the Chinese here today on Holy Island, and pretty similar there for the Holy Roman Empire. So very minimal differences between the two. As you see now, goes out to the lumber camp there, Marinelord. Now, you can only inspire actually 10 villagers at a time with the prelate. So there'll be a couple of villagers that unfortunately just don't have the inspiration that their comrades will do. Now there's that Imperial Official going to be supervising that lumber camp. Alright, 3 minutes in. Well, not a lot's going to happen until both players get to the feudal age. So I'll just take this opportunity to say a very big thank you for everyone supporting the channel, and if you've been watching the content and enjoying it, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. More importantly, hit that notification bell so that you get notifications whenever I post a video. Which should hopefully be pretty regular now for Age of Empires 4, especially with the new DLC coming out. I'm super excited about that. As a villager now for the Chinese, being poked and prodded by the scout, I think the same thing's going to be happening on the other side. Just harassing each other. I mean, generally you don't get a villager kill at this point. There's a second dock coming in for the Holy Roman Empire, and we'll see, you know, if the Chinese opt to do the same. They probably will, but we shall see. Now, the thing about Holy Roman Empire and the Chinese on this map, you have to consider the land opportunities for them, because Holy Island is a map where the water situation, they're pretty far away from each other, right? So if you get to the feudal age a little bit faster than your opponent, it doesn't usually make that much of a difference. Like, by the time you get across the map, your opponent would usually have caught up, so it's not really big a deal. But it does leave some scope for some land aggression. Now, the Chinese can often go for a Song dynasty and they get some Chukunu out. That could be pretty strong. The Holy Roman Empire have access to man-at-arms. I do prefer ranged units generally, because you can kite with them and you can actually kind of kill villagers from afar. So I think I have to give the props there to the Chinese in terms of the advantage maybe. Especially with Steeled Arrow, the Chukunu can deal pretty well against the man-at-arms, unless the man-at-arms are in huge numbers, which they often aren't. But we'll see. Because of course it is a bit of a balance, a tight balance between water aggression and land aggression. In fact, the scout there for Demu, he's just chipping away at that villager. He doesn't want scouting information. He wants to just kill the villager if he can. And I think, I mean, will Marinelord, I think Marinelord loses this, unless he brings his scout. That's kind of an awkward situation, wasn't expecting that at all. He's bringing his scout now, but will he be there in time? I'm not so sure. It's going to be pretty close. Pretty well calculated if it does work out, and he's going to back off for now. And yeah, I mean, Demu, he values his scouting information. It's got to be kind of amazing. Look how the scouts actually look very different depending on the civilization. It's pretty cool. Well, as you guys may know, I'm actually cranking up my settings up to 4K. So if you've got a 4K monitor, 4K TV, make sure you're doing the same. Oh, wait, Demu, hello. Hello? That's the problem. Well, if he garrisons inside the Marinelord, he could kill him, but I think he's going to back away just in time. It keeps the scout alive. Pretty lucky, to be honest. And I was going to go, well, enough of the scout watching. Going to go back to see what's happening in terms of feudal age. It's going to be the Imperial Academy there for the Chinese. I kind of expected. Yeah, you kind of expect that to get more Imperial officials out. You kind of often don't have too much of a timing window this early for land aggression, because you do tend to focus on water at the early stages of the game. And there's going to be no real surprises here, guys. The Ark and Chapel for the Holy Roman Empire on the wood and the stone, and it should cover the sheep there as well. But although obviously he's not going to be too reliant on that. In terms of fishing ship numbers, a lot of them, 14 there for the Holy Roman Empire. Similar numbers, just too short for the Chinese. Does have a double dock position. Interestingly, they're quite far away from each other. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because if you're under pressure, you know, having a condensed fishing economy is actually quite nice, and condensed military where they can heal up using the docks. It's usually quite the way forward. As you can see, that's exactly what Marinelord has at the moment. Scout just being annoying on the Ark and Chapel, and double broadaxe going to be coming in for Marinelord. Double broadaxe already is in play for demu, and the Chinese, very early upgrades coming in for the Chinese, especially when you supervise it, increases the speed of that research. Opting for a stable. So yeah, going to opening with a stable just to get some mobility on the field, and there's a barracks for the Holy Roman Empire, getting an early spearman just to protect that gold vein, I suspect. Could we see a cheeky fast castle? I think on a map like Holy Island, it's pretty greedy to do that, because it's a relatively aggressive hybrid map as things go. We will see now there's a third dock, so it does actually condense the fishing economy a little bit, and the ability to heal up in one kind of screen. The third dock. Only 2 docks here for Marinelord so far, getting the extended lines upgrade, which will be increasing the gather rate of fishing ships by plus 20%, and the carry capacity by 10. There's that third dock now for Marinelord, so both matching like with like, and he obviously scouted that out. So, well, first junk out for demu. Pretty kind of, I guess not static, but quite passive, I would say, opening for both players so far. But we only are at the sort of 8-minute mark, so things could change. 2 spearmen heading forward for Marinelord just to see what value he can get. He knows his opponent's gone for a stable, so should be pretty safe and secure. But as I say that, here come the archers from the archery range. Going to push away the gold villagers for now. Now, gold is actually quite key on this map, because it not only gives you, the ability to age up, but also, more importantly, the ability to produce springald ships and also demolition ships. The junk, the archer ships, of course, only cost wood and food, but everything else on the dock, in terms of military ships, they do cost the gold, so you're going to need that. Double archery range for the Holy Roman Empire, and they do have a strong wood economy, of course, with the Ark and Chapel. Horseman going to raid that wood line just a little bit. Prelate coming out just to heal up a little bit those villagers, and he might just turn around and fight here. I think he does, yeah, just turns around and fights. 2 spearmen are going to be heading that position. Prelate goes inside the Ark and Chapel again to inspire its villagers. And 2 spearmen here means that demu does have to back off. He does get a couple of hits though, unfortunately for him. He does back off now, causing a little bit of idle time, but not all that much damage. A second village coming out for the Chinese, increasing their population space. Alright, well, 3 archer ships, a springle ship there for demu. Let's just take a look at what Marinelord has got. Got 2 springle ships and an archer ship himself. Both players getting wheelbarrow at very similar times. You could just see it's almost like a mirror match, but of course with different civilizations. Demu is up a little bit on the eco count. No villagers have been lost for either player. And I suspect it's come down to the fact there's also 3 docks for the Chinese, and they produce a little bit faster. 5-second savings on the fishing ship training time. Let's take a look at the food income per minute. A little bit ahead though for the Holy Roman Empire, surprisingly enough. In terms of food at least. Wood so much more for the Chinese. And gold pretty even. So pretty even stuff going on. Going to be getting Imperial examinations, increasing the maximum amount of gold carried by the Imperial officials by 40, from plus 40 to plus 80. Alright, well, there's a bit of aggression coming in for demu, trying to pressurize that wood line, which is dishing out a lot of damage, actually, considering. There are a couple of man-at-arms and spearmen and archers for Marinelord, so it's got a mixed army composition. I feel like the man-at-arms could dish out a lot of damage. It's quite difficult to deal with civilizations that are in the feudal age. Here we go, villagers come back out to wood. Couple of archers there for demu, 3 of them, but a lot of the units are going to be taken apart. All spearmen engage against the horsemen. Bad retreat there for the horsemen for the Chinese. He lost a lot of his HP and he loses his life in the end of it. And well, nicely cleaned up by Marinelord, but it did get a couple of villagers there, demu, 2 of them so far. And a bit of aggression on water as well. Both players attacking at the same time. This is the kind of thing you have to be wary about on Holy Island. Gonna fights both on water and on land. We've got to be a bit more careful about watching that, because, water can change things a lot in this game. Couple of archers going forward for Marinelord just to see what's up. Numbers building up a little bit again. Just taking a look at the military ships. The military ships actually train the same amount of time, I think. Yeah, 30 seconds. For the Hulk, at least. Okay, well, Marinelord is looking to be a bit aggressive. Both have very similar numbers of population. And he's heading forward with spearmen and man-at-arms and a couple of archers. 7 of them. And it's an awkward positioning for the village, actually, because he's not under the protection of the town centre with that. And I mean, if he loses a village, it's not the end of the world, but it's quite a heavy wood investment, and it takes a lot of population, of course. Costs 125 wood. Oh, a couple of horsemen diving in on the wood line. I think Marinelord will be doing well to get some spears. He's actually looking to try and wall this up as well. Probably not a bad idea. He won't want to lose any more villages. He doesn't. The horseman not getting all that much value in the end. And looks like Demu's going to lose a village. He's going to use the archers maybe to circle around near the wood line. Could do well to get in there, but he'd have to walk through here, which is kind of a bit tight next to that town centre. He's actually supervising the archery range now, so pumping out archers, but it comes a fight on water. Demu diving in deep. He's got a decent number of springle ships. There's going to be a lot of demolition ships there for Demu. Could take Marinelord out of water here if he gets a good few hits. We'll see. All demolition ships do get taken out by the galleys, but 2 still remain. He takes a decent hit on them. Decent. 2. 1 more survives left. And he does get a hit on that last springle ship. Dishes out a lot of damage. That's actually a big turn of events on water. Big fight. Now Demu needs to make sure he cements his position here. Needs to make sure he kills as much as he possibly can. Especially the fishing economy, right? He needs to take out the eco. And that will help him in the fight and win the game if possibly. We shall see, because he's going to have to back off for now. There's no static defenses in terms of arrow slits, but he's got the defender's advantage. Here comes a demolition ship on the back line, on the wood line. Well, here's a big fight. Marinelord diving on that wood line. Did get a couple of villagers off his own too, but he's going to fight with the man-at-arms tanking against the archers of the Chinese. He's diving in quite heavily there, Marinelord. He's going to lose a lot of the man-at-arms on the retreat. Back on water, Demu does back off now, but he did lose a couple of his ships on the way back. He's very weak on water now, Demu. This could be the pushback that Marinelord would like to see. And I'm not sure if we talked about this earlier in the Castles game, but we'll talk about it now. Like, on water, it's actually very difficult to kill your opponent in terms of wiping them out. You can dish out a lot of damage, but if you fight underneath their docks, the reinforcement armies are really strong, adding to the fight. You have to be really overwhelming, and you have to go in with a massive army just to completely overwhelm your opponent. Anything just a bit better, if you have just a bit better of an army, it's just not going to be enough. You really need a massive army more than your opponent. Can I sacrifice some man-at-arms just to keep the archers away? And I think it's probably a decent trade in the end, because Marinelord should be able to escape with his army. No, it probably wasn't purposeful. It was probably just a bad rally point, but it did the job. Right, well, let's take stock. 69 villagers to 58. Or at least 69 economy to 60 now. In the way of the Chinese. Military actually looking a little bit better for Marinelord, but I think a lot of it is on water, right? The trouble is on this map, you gotta be paying attention to the water and the land side of things. Slowly moving out of the zone of the Ark and Chapel, I'm afraid. But it is what it is. Oh, the archer's trying to get value there for Demu. Might just go the long way around. Well, Marinelord will see this. He needs to group together. I mean, he's got enough there. I think with the man-at-arms, he should be fine. He does have steeled arrow though, Demu, so that will help. No steeled arrow in for Marinelord though. Does have the archer armor upgrade, which will be certainly helping the man-at-arms. He's fighting on land heavily. I think Marinelord probably just about wins this, but the man-at-arms need to get close and personal to the archers, because Demu's doing great work of focusing on the archers. A horseman there for Demu, picking away a lot of the archers. He does go down in the end, and now he's going to have to continue the chase, but look at this behind this. Demu's going to go to that castle age. Marinelord nowhere near that castle age himself. He's really focused on feudal age. He's got 69 army versus 40. Now this is a critical turn of events in this game, because going up to the castle age, it unlocks a lot of potential for Demu. Gets a nest of bees, which is, potentially can do a lot of damage against the archers, but the army count for Marinelord is pretty extensive, and he's going to commit to that feudal age, it seems, at least from what it seems so far. With another 2 archer range going down and steeled arrow coming in, he deletes that, and he's going to go for the barracks instead for the man-at-arms. Interesting how he actually would have scouted that, Demu, and spotted that change. Our plan, we'll have to see if Marinelord is going to opt to go to the castle age now, because he is behind an age. Demu does have a decent number of wood in the bank, but might need a bit more gold for a nest of bees. They're not the cheapest things, 300 wood, 300 gold, but they dish out a lot of damage to infantry for sure. On land, He looks okay at the moment, Demu. But on water, it could be, you know, it could be in for a big surprise here. Oh, he's going to go to meet this out. He's got 3 demolition ships. I'm not sure if they can... I mean, there's quite a lot of Springle ships. There are a couple of galleys that should take them out. One goes down, and another demo ship goes down. It doesn't really... Oh, I guess 1 hit in the end. Overall, not too great, but at least he got something. But Demu has to back off. He doesn't have the numbers here for sure. Takes out the demolition ship for Marinelord. He's going to have to back off. Demu, he can't really take a fight here. There's just too many ships on Marinelord and the Holy Roman Empire. On land, though, this is where Demu is under pressure now. He needs a nest of bees. He needs one fast. He's only training it now. And the archers and the man-at-arms going to push away villagers off of gold. Takes out the Imperial official. That's the problem. Demu actually feels like he might be able to take a fight here on water. But quite possibly, Marinelord has to back off now. But on land, this is where issues are coming out. Another Imperial official, rather, should go down. There it is. It is sniped there from Marinelord. He's going to have to go right around the woodland. This is a problem for Demu. There's a lot of economy here. 42 villagers idled. Nothing to protect them. And oh, that tech up to the castle age. Maybe it was a little bit greedy from the Chinese. And I think Marinelord needs to back off with water. Doesn't need to suffer any losses, really. Just needs to play this calmly because he's winning on land. He's killing villagers left, right, and centre. Killed 11 so far, but it's not even just that. It's the idle time alone that's being caused. Does have a couple of crossbow. Nest of bees! Oh, huge attack there. And that's what's a saving grace for the Chinese on land. I think that's the only way that Demu can kind of push this back because he's under so much pressure. It does go back on wood now. But a lot of the economy has been idle for so long that does hamper his production abilities of military ships. And look at this. Now he's taking a fight on water. Suboptimal. Marinelord might be feeling good about this. He's going to need to target the weak ships there, Demu. He's going to try and retreat, but a lot of his ships are weak. He'll back off now. But he can't take that fight on water. Not at all. Oh, huge nest of bees shot there in the end. Backs off for now, Marinelord. And well, it might just be calming down a little bit because look at this. Marinelord going to go to the next stage with the Regent's Cathedral. 25 villagers. He wants to get there quick time. Now the issue is that Demu needs to get those relics, right? Because he just, you know, Holy Roman Empire getting the relics is quite a scary business. There's no monastery though. He's really struggled for wood. Obviously had to pull away a lot of villagers from that last attack, of course. But we'll see. I think a key bit of detail on this castle age for Marinelord is how many relics can he get? Alright, well there's the monastery for Demu. Looking to pick up some of those relics. He's going to need them for sure. But look at back at home. Marinelord's got such a great army on water. But neither player diving in. Alright, we're going to be hitting the almost 20-minute mark on this game. And what comes to mind now at the point is the gold. So both players are going to need to secure gold veins for themselves. And they have one primary gold there, of course, the main one. They do have one close to the shoreline. That's probably, you know, a good place to go out to. They've got to be careful that they don't run out of gold spots. And you can see Marinelord already thinking about that, getting an outpost on that secondary gold just to protect it, because gold is so key in the castle age. There's a lot of heavy gold units in the castle age. Does lose a prelate there, I'm afraid. Ooh, he landed awkwardly. Holy moly. He doesn't let go of the stick though. He must not let go of that stick. Alright, well, not much to write home about, apart from the fact that, well, Demu has picked up his first relic. And it continues to produce a lot of military ships. Now, I just wonder whether some more demolition ships could turn the tide of war on water for either player. Because there's a lot of Springle ships here, like, there's a lot of Springle ships. And Marinelord looks like he's going to be heading forward. Well, I like what Demu is doing, I really do. He's got 4 docks, all producing demolition ships. And I think it's really strong because the Springle ships can't deal with them very well. They're going to need more galleys. I mean, how many galleys does Marinelord actually have here? I'll have to take a look. Not many, I don't think. He's only got 4. Wait, is that really how many he's got? That's not good for Marinelord. Although what is good is pushing on land a little bit. Nesta Bezo should push this back. The heavily kind of infantry-based army for Marinelord is not helping him too much. Uh-oh, this could be a bad fight for Marinelord, and I say that because of the demolition ships for Demu. This could be big. I mean, Marinelord does have the better military on water in terms of just sheer numbers of archer ships and Springle ships. The demolition ships is looking scary for Demu. And it's going to have to force Marinelord into getting more archer ships. It doesn't have everything queued up. Okay, that's a bit concerning for Marinelord, I have to say. I think Marinelord might be thinking about an Imperial Age behind this. Look at the food and gold income. Maybe Palace of Swabia. We'll have to see. But the Nesta Bees have kept the Chinese safe at home, I have to say. Just one Nesta Bees has got so much value. Circling around on the east side, maybe just to harass that wood line once again. Gonna do it secretively. I would have loved to see a Barbican here or something. Just something to statically defend this position. And it is going to be the Palace of Swabia. Ooh, demolition ships. Going around the back. And Demu is hiding his army, but he's focusing now. Demolition ship coming in from Marinelord. Just the one, but here comes Demu with his. And there's a lot of them. I don't think there's enough Archer ships there. They're going to head forward. Gets a good few hits. Maybe not as much as he would have wanted, but it does get a couple of good hits. And takes out the front line of that military navy for Marinelord. And now, well, Demu might just try and bounce on this. I mean, he doesn't necessarily... I think he's got... It's kind of equal numbers. It's not enough. I don't think it's enough to win water just yet, but what he might be under pressure is the land. Take a look at this. The wood line completely circled with units. Spearman. Oh, he's not noticed here, Demu. He's going to lose a lot. Oh, no, this is terrible. It's terrible for him. He spots it now, but it was a little bit too late, and he loses a lot. But there is an STBs that could get involved, and that could push back that army, but he got a lot of villager kills there, Marinelord. On the water, though, side of things. Demu continuing to push on. He's got a couple of demolition ships heading in. I don't think there are any archer ships here. It doesn't seem like it, and they're going to get good hits there, the demolition ships. If he can get close and personal. He's getting there. He's getting there. Can it land? Can it land? Just about gets in there. There's one more. Dodging the archer ships. Great micro there by Demu. Getting him into a corner. Going for the docks. If he could take out the production, that'd be absolutely huge. He's taking the fight on water for sure, and he's going to win it, it seems like, Demu. Question is, he's got to overwhelm. He's got to take out the docks. More demolition ships coming out. Let's just take a look what's happening on land. Not much. A couple of units. I think that's going to be cleaned up. The STBs in particular. Oh, this could be disastrous. Oh, what a great shot. But anyway, where the big fight is happening is on water, because Demu is taking the fight, and he's probably winning water here. Marinelord in all sorts of trouble. And I think he might just have that critical mass. Oh, good demolition ship shot coming out there for Marinelord, though, for sure. But the unit numbers are starting to be overwhelmed. And yeah, the demos for Demu are going to be clearing everything else up. And he's won water for now, but he needs to take out the docks, right? The production capability is always scary. But as long as he can camp out these docks, he'll be fine. Yeah, one dock on fire. He needs to take the others out first as well, though. Once he does that, he'll be looking good. On land, it's pretty static. Sacred Site has been captured by Marinelord, and he does have 3 relics, which is kind of key. Especially with the Regnus Cathedral. First dock goes down. Second dock going to be on fire and going down soon. Demu's won water. This is absolutely huge. I think on the back of this, Demu might just go look to... He's going for trade. Alright, alright, alright. He's going for trade cogs now. There we go. He's won water. And this does give the Chinese a bit of an advantage. He's got 81 military. I think a lot of that is obviously on water. And Marinelord now can opt for land presence. He's going to get a keep. And the key bit of detail is that Marinelord is in the Imperial Age, right? And that's absolutely huge. Not only is it from a tech advantage, but this thing, like, okay, sure, the Chinese have won water, and it's really, really good. But tithe barns coming in, it's going to be increasing the amount of other resources coming in from each relic. But not only that, the Palace of Swabia is so, so good. Like, it gets villagers 200% faster and reduces the cost. And he's just going to be pumping out, right? And the thing is that the food economy for the HRE is not terrible. Especially the farming economy around the Ark and Chapel. Now, it will take time to get there, but if he does... I mean, he's getting there now, right? He's got plenty of wood coming in, and it's going to make that hard farming transition. But if he can do this successfully, honestly, it's going to be so, so good. It's not going to be that much of a disadvantage compared to not having water. I think if it was any other civilization, it's a totally different picture, right? And I think for many reasons why, this is why the HRE are really strong on water. I mean, so are the Chinese, but I think they're strong in a different way. Because even losing water, HRE always have a possibility of coming back into the game. And it's always because of that Palace of Swabia. That landmark is a little bit broken, I think. It just offers the HRE just this comeback mechanism, right? I don't think many other civilizations have it. This kind of magic button and magic landmark just to come back into the game. They will lose villagers, but it's not a problem. Like, if HRE lose villagers, is it really a problem? Not at all. With that Palace of Swabia, he'll be absolutely fine. Of course, it's better not to lose villagers, but it's really not the end of the world. Now, Demu will have water kind of control, and he's going to get trade, getting 49 gold and wood. But all things considered, it's not terrible, the fact that Marinelord has lost water. I think if it was any other civilization, it would be. Obviously, it would be ideal to have water still. It does lose a couple of villagers on the farmers. And don't forget, Demu is still in the Castle Age, right? He's going to need to get to that Imperial Age. He's going to go up with the Great Wall Gatehouse in a very forward position, actually. Going to protect that forward gold. And something that Marinelord would do well to spot out and maybe get some trebuchets. Does have a keep on the front line. Alright, well, water control firmly in the grasp of Demu. He needs to make sure he can maintain it, though, because he does have traders. Getting 61 gold and 61 wood if they go to this market here. As long as he extends that trade for all the fishing ship, the trade ships rather. It's kind of a bit of micro involved in that. Now that will go up, but on the west side, looks like Marinelord going to try and attack again once more on the wood line. And it's pretty open actually. That's kind of a concern. I mean, demu doesn't have any military here. He spots it and does back off now. But villagers have to go close to the army before they can get away. Around that wood line does lose an imperial official right underneath the nose of the town centre. Good to get some upgrades. Thunderclap bombs, warships, fire Nesta Bees attack. That's kind of crazy. The Baoshan. I mean, does he need that though? Does he actually need like Baoshans? Does he need too much more military on water? I guess he wants to protect it. Spearman again pushing away the woodline. The woodline's always been a problem here for demu. He's never really been able to protect it. And I do feel like a minimal investment with the Barbican of the Sun would be useful for him. In any case, it's going to be looking to get some pressure on the south. Well, Marinelord spots this out, right? He's got a single elite Landsknecht there, I think, that could dish out a lot of damage. Holy smokes, that one guy could dish out damage. Getting area effect damage. It does go on spread formation. He needs to focus on that Landsknecht there if he can. Backs off for now. The east side being pushed away a little bit on the west side. Well, there's a Culverin coming in trying to take out the war junks, and he does have the ranged attack advantage, 12 tiles range. If compared to the war junk, it's only like 7 tiles, so you know, it's not even comparable. Look at that Marinelord trying to get back on water once more. Right next to the dock of demu as well. Oh, this is not looking good for demu here on this wood line. Spearman did kind of charge that down, and gonna go for some hand cannoneers. Oh, 2 Nesta Bees though. That's gonna be going very soon though, Spearman. I'm afraid Nesta Bees will take care of that very, very nicely. We'll just enjoy the fireworks show. It's incredible how the fireworks just kill the enemies and never their home villagers. The Chinese villagers are made of something different. There is the Baoshan. So I was just going to try and protect the shoreline as best he can, but these guys are, and they're pretty expensive, and they take up quite a lot of population. They take up 5 population. Alright, well, we're heading into a situation where Marinelord has to focus on land. Does have 2 trebuchets constantly knocking at the door. The Barbican of the Sun is now being built. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Can protect that woodline. Better late than never. 2 Nesta Bees. Oh, could get caught out here. Marinelord might be diving into some problems. Nesta Bees do get some good hits off there, and well, I'm not sure why Marinelord's taking the fight. It does have a couple of Landsknecht that might get up close and personal and take some good fights, but no. The Nesta Bees just absolutely wreck everything there. And here comes the farming transition. Alright, getting a keep on that gold and that secondary gold. This is actually quite important for Marinelord to secure this position. Could come into a situation where gold is important for Marinelord because, of course, trade is there for demu, so he's got technically an infinite source of gold. But Marinelord cannot say the same. Trebuchets unloading. Quite a few of them. Holy smokes, 4 of them. That's going to be a problem for demu to deal with. He needs to get something to deal with that, for sure. Taking another fight. Nesta Bees, they're going to engage pretty well. Oh, taking a big fight. There's a couple of Landsknecht there. The Landsknecht might get the Nesta Bees. The hand cannon is dishing out damage, and I think he'll survive now for demu. Did lose a lot. I think he only lost a couple of units there. Only maybe like 2 or 3 units there. Nesta B is getting so much value for demu. Trying to wall up. That's not going to work though. These are walls for the Chinese. That's not going to happen with the keep there. He'll run into problems with his hand cannoneers. He's got to make sure he notices it early so he doesn't lose too much when he tries to get there. Population pretty even. Well, I mean, Marinelord's ahead to be honest. And I think a lot of it comes down to this landmark. It's just a little bit broken, I think. The Palace of Swabia. Let me know what you think in the comment section below this landmark. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I hate going against it. That's for sure. Does lose that keep now, demu in that forward position. Horsemen trying to dive on the villagers. I think the villagers... they're going to back away for now. They're going to be able to get out of there, but the military numbers looking good for Marinelord. Now, don't forget, it's 47 to 43, but that doesn't tell you the full picture. Demu's got a lot of warships on the water. That's taking up a lot of that 43 population supply for the military, and it doesn't have that much on land, I don't think, demu. It's got a couple of hand cannoneers, but no real front line, no palace guards in front of them. A couple of crossbows as well. The Nesta Bees going to dish out some damage, but the horsemen going to dive on top of that. Like 2 more Nesta Bees. It loses 1 Nesta Bees right underneath the Ashnoble clock tower, but now the spearmen are going to be losing their lives to hand cannoneers, spreading out. Nesta Bees getting huge amounts of value, but I think demu needs to be careful about protecting those Nesta Bees. They're very expensive. 600 resources each. 300 wood, 300 gold. I think he survives with them. The hand cannon is dishing out all sorts of damage. Alright, well now he's got the Imperial Palace as well. Can see what the economy is looking like. And obviously he's got a lot of farming transition. Holy smokes. Deleted those walls, getting an outpost for a defense as well with the relic inside. And the 4 trebuchets continue to fire off. Takes out the Great Wall Gatehouse. And I think Demus are struggling. Like he's struggling to get sieged. He's kind of struggling to stop this push coming on land. Whilst he's got water, he's struggling on land. Horseman going to dive in on the wood line, trying to get as much villagers as he possibly can. But the hand cannoneers are wise to the ruse. They're getting involved and cutting them off. They're going to absolutely mow them down. Holy moly. But yeah, stone wall's trying to be built up here. But this is so important that Marinelord got these 2 gold veins. It buys him a lot of time on land. Trying to get the Great Wall Gatehouse, but it's just not happening with the 4 trebuchets there. And in fact, he's going to go for the Imperial Palace at this point. Rams, I'm not so sure. Nesta B is firing off on the horsemen, but the horsemen are fine with that. At least for now. And Cannoneer is going to push back everything that's coming in from the west side. But it just feels like Demu, despite winning water, is getting pulled in all sorts of directions. And I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that it's not so much just the Palace of Swabe, it's the fact that Arcade Chapel increasing the gather speed of these villages by 40% on farms. Like, I don't know what even... I mean, I guess fishing ships will still be more, like, efficient, but I don't know if it's going to be that much more efficient when you actually factor in the distance of traveling to actually drop off the fish. Like, this is a long way to travel, right? I'm not even convinced. I think someone needs to test it out in terms of numbers. I'm not convinced that that fishing economy is actually stronger than the farming economy from the HRE with 40% gather speed on the farms. It could be, but I mean, with the travel time considered, it might not be. In any case, the horsemen are going to dive in. The villagers trying to rebuild that landmark with 4 trebuchets. It's not really going to work. This is a big engagement underneath the remnants of the Great Wall Gatehouse. Nesta B is trying to fight as much as they possibly can. Nesta B staying alive, but the rams coming in. This is a problem for Marinelord. He needs to deal with the rams, but the horsemen do get bonus damage against them, so the rams shouldn't be too much of a problem. But whilst they attack the rams, here come the hand cannoneers on the back line. I think about 4 to 5 trebuchets unleashing the boulders as well. And well, Lance Connector going to take care of the rams, and this is looking bad for Demu. The sustained push hasn't been sustained. 3 rams still trying to head in. But the hand cannoneers holding firm against the horsemen. Now, I just wonder whether Marinelord is building up gold. Yeah, he's not really building up gold at all. He's investing a lot of his gold into the Lance Connector and trebuchets. Hand cannoneer is going to dive a little bit. Hand cannoneer is going to be running underneath the keep fire. Does back off for now. Rams coming out for Demu. I'm not so sure about the ram play. He's going to try it. And the Nesta Bees working on the back line, but the outpost is upgraded with cannon emplacement, and the emergency repairs for the HRE is helping him out so much. There's a decent push here, but I don't think Marinelord is under too much pressure. He's not too concerned, I don't think. Because the horseman going to ride in, try and get a wraparound on the hand cannoners if he can. He rides in, hand cannon is trying to back off, kiting well. Could take out the Nesta Bees. I think if the Nesta Bees goes down, then that's a problem, because the Lance Connector going to ride in, going to walk in, run in from the back line. Trying to get that Great Wall Gatehouse, but with that many trebuchets, he should be fine. He's kind of left the rams alone, though. Marinelord's going to suffer a loss of that keep and the relic that's inside. I don't think this Great Wall Gatehouse ever gets up, though. With this number of trebuchets, 4 of them. Now, the keep going down is pretty huge, especially with the relic that was inside. Pretty nicely done, all things considered. A couple of horsemen diving in the main base. More of a distraction more than anything else. It's not going to get too much value, but just going to try and force the Chinese to go back home a little bit with the army. A couple of mangonels deploying against the hand cannoneers. But the military numbers looking solid here for Marinelord, especially when you factor in, like, Demu has Baochuan, which takes out 2 Baochuans. That's 10 population. So it's actually kind of like, and if you factor in other military ships as well, which you may or may not have. I don't think it has, actually. It's actually only 2 Baochuan. But still, 48 military doesn't really mean that on land. It's actually 38. Horsemen riding in, spearmen engaging. The spearmen getting so much value with the hand cannons behind. Nesta Bees as well. A villager's going to be lost on gold there for Demu. Shouldn't be too much of a problem considering the trade that's coming. 1,400 gold per minute on that. But this is a good pushback by Marinelord. He's pushed hard, and now he's getting another forward keep. He lost his keep. He said, okay, well, I lost that one. I'm going to get one further forward, and now this Great Wall Gatehouse will never go up. Not with the trebuchets unpacking, not with that keep in that position. And he could go for the sacred site. In fact, he is getting that sacred site in the middle. This is looking rough here for Demu. Does have a decent number of hand cannoneers. Question is, can he master... Oh, he walked right into the Lance... Oh, he's going to have to back away there. The Lance Connector might get some good hits. He does back away for now. Mangonel's always threatening. Here comes a Culverin against the ram now. The siege push looking good for Marinelord. Look at that. 4 trebuchets, Culverin, and 2 Mangonels going for the stone. Maybe another keep forward position. Actually can afford one. If we can get a keep on the siege here, the siege workshop, that could be a problem. Then we're going to try and get a keep of his own, but the trouble is a siege moving forward for the HRE, the Holy Roman Empire. 4 of those trebuchets. Oh, mangonels. Oh, the villagers have to back off there. Massive hits, but look at that. Rams coming in from the other side of that keep on the north. A couple of horsemen just trying to take out the docks if they can. A couple of spearmen and palace guards chase. Oh, that's a distraction. Because he's going to get a keep on the shoreline and get back onto the waters. Demu needs to be careful. Does he see that? I don't think Demu sees that. Oh, he does. He does see it. The Bashran sees it, but he's not denying it. Oh, that's huge. If he could have denied that, that would have been massive. But he can't. The Bashran not doing its job. Oh, on the east side, horsemen diving on that food economy. Throwaway units, raiding units, again, diving in the main economy. Ooh, this is not great for Demu. He needs a lot of army to deal with this. Trouble is, the mobility is not there for Demu. Can I lose the rams on the front lines? And, well, that keep has gone up for Demu, but it's going to lose the siege workshops and then the keep, I suspect. The farming economy, despite the Barbican of the Sun there, and the horsemen are going to ride in, create a lot of idle time. It does have a lot of fishing economies, so it's not too much of a problem now. Now, Demu does spot this now, but how does he react? He's going to try and take the keep, but I don't think he can really, not with one Bashran. Bashran getting absolutely annihilated. Villagers coming out to repair the keep, and that Bashran does go down. It frees up population space for land units, but the problem is, Marinelord is getting a presence on water again. Wait, there's no more Bashran. He lost 2. He's got no... No, this one, Demu. He needs to silence these docks. If these docks get units out, that trade, the fishing economy will be going down soon. Farming economy, half of it's idle, more than half of it. Horsemen dive in, do sniper out on STBs, Lance Connector, trying to get close, and if they do, that could be devastating. Horsemen dive in on the spearmen, not great for Marinelord. Or Lance Connector ripping through the spearmen in the end. Hand cannoneers in healthy numbers. Hand cannon's going to dive up on top of the trebuchets. Oh, this is a good, possibly good play. He's going to have to kite those Lance Connectors. That's dangerous. That is super, super dangerous. The Lance Connector get close. Wallalow going to be sandwiched in between by the Wallalow, and the Lance Connector kills the monk in the end. And he takes out a lot of the trebuchets. That's actually a big, big deal there. Losing 4 trebuchets and the mangonel most likely. Does he get the mangonel? Lance Connector ripping through the hand cannoneers and the elite horseman. Does lose the mangonel in the end. But this is a problem for Demu. He lost his hand cannoneer mass. That is actually really significant. Was it worth it? I'm not so sure. The trebuchets going down does mean the siege will not continue of the keep and the siege workshops, but he's lost a lot of units to do that. Premium units, hand cannoneers, they are no joke. They're very expensive. Solidifying his position on the right, but look on the water, right? He's got hulks, and it's just going to ride in. If he disrupts the trade, that's a big chunk of Demu's eco. I mean, the eco for Marinelord is very much on land, and Demu needs to protect this economy, for sure. If he doesn't, it's a problem. Demu ships coming in from Marinelord. Taking a lot of the trade out. Oh no, the horsemen going to dive in on the food economy. Demu might struggle for food very soon. In the middle of the map, well, he's kind of building up a large army again, once again. 2 trebuchets and a mangonel and horsemen for Marinelord. Diving in on the wood villages. Oh, he's going to lose a lot there. You can see a lot of dead bodies. And horsemen are just a throwaway unit for Marinelord. He doesn't mind at all, causing a lot of idle time, killing villagers. And now Demu is struggling. Village count, economy count down to 113 versus 125. 2 trebuchets unfolding, unpacking again, focusing on the keep. Landscan is going northwards. Oh, this is a problem. I think Demu is going to try and take out the docks with the rams. The hand cannoneers might be taken out by the horsemen, not in critical numbers again. Lance Connector getting involved. Lance Connector running in. Land's going to pick them apart. There is a Bashran though, on land, on water rather. The ram push is trying to take out the rams, the docks, but it's not going to work. Just too many horse. Wait a minute. Okay, I was just about to say. But yeah, the fishing economy being taken out. Demu has lost a lot on water, lost a lot on land, and now will Marinelord hold on? I mean, he had a good push, Demu, with the hand cannoneers, take out the trebuchets, but it feels like that steam has run out of steam. The thing is, Demu doesn't have much in the way of siege to really critically damage his opponent. It's got rams, but it just doesn't feel like it's working. Possibly trebuchets could have been better, like protecting them with spearmen and hand cannoneers, maybe. Easier said than done. Rams are heading forward once again to try and take out the keep. Spearmen and getting involved against the horsemen. It's a good army composition, adding in a couple of palace guards as well. And again, Marinelord is being pushed away, but I just worry about the longer term process in this game. Does have a carrot here, the HRE, but the Baoshan trying to take out the keep as best as they can. There's a relic inside there. No emergency repairs were coming. This keep will go down. Now, the thing is, Marinelord is being taken off of water, but he's done so much damage already on the back line. Oh, Landscatter getting involved. Oh, this is bad. He's down to 90 villagers. Landscatter going for the farming economy on the front lines. Well, emergency repairs coming in. The horsemen are going to need to take out the Rams as much as possible. A lot of hand cannons for the Chinese. Demu might be coming back into this game. But the trouble is, he's losing his farming economy once again. Down to 83 villagers. The food income is not looking great when these goes down. Oh, this is a problem. He doesn't have any units here. He's going to lose everything on farms. But back on the front line, hand cannoneers holding the front lines well. He takes out the keep. This is huge for Demu. He's pushing it back a little bit, but the horsemen are going to ride in with the lance connector. He needs to get kind of close to those lance connector. They get close to those hand cannoneers. It's all problems. Horsemen diving in. Hand cannons ripping through them, but the horsemen are getting some value, and don't forget they are cheap units in terms of at least not costing any gold. The precious gold. Farming economy idle. No, Demu's not noticed. Now the Barbican Sun will be looking to try and protect, but not enough. Demu, he loses on Holy Island. Marinelord lost the water, but it wasn't enough to put him out of the game, and well, Palace of Swabia, Ark and Chapel came back in his favour. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast of the game. Take care, and see you next time.